Henry the Green Engine's favourite job is taking goods on the main line. His favourite spot on his journey is the forest. He loved the peace and quiet, but he didn't see many people. Sometimes, working in the forest could be very lonely. One day, Henry pulled into Knapford Station. He was delighted to see the passengers, but Gordon was not delighted to see Henry. "Keep your filthy trucks away from my passengers," grumbled Gordon. "But it's only trucks," chuffed Henry. "Passengers and goods do not mix," huffed Gordon, and he wheeshed away. Henry watched the express leave the station. "Oh, I'd love to pull passengers again," sighed Henry. "Just for a change." The next day, Henry stopped at a signal on the edge of the forest. Some children were standing by one of the trees. "What are those children doing?" Henry asked Edward. "That's the old Sodor wishing tree," said Edward. "They must be making a wish." "A wishing tree?" gasped Henry. "How wonderful! Do you think it could make my wish come true, Edward?" "It might," chuckled Edward, and he puffed away. As soon as Edward was out of sight, Henry rolled up to the wishing tree. He took a deep breath and made a wish as hard as he could. "I wish I could pull the express instead of Gordon," he said. That evening, Sir Topham Hatt came to see Henry. "Tomorrow, you will be pulling the express. Now, I know you haven't pulled coaches in a while, but I have chosen you as you are very careful and very reliable." Henry beamed. "Thank you, sir," he said happily. His wish had come true. The next morning, Henry chuffed cheerfully into Knapford Station. When his passengers were on board, Henry blew his whistle and pulled out of the station. But Henry set off too quickly. "Go gently," called the driver. "This isn't the kipper you're pulling." "Sorry," puffed Henry. Soon Henry puffed proudly through the countryside, making record time. "Pulling passengers is a grand job," he said. "I can't wait to see the look on Gordon's face later. Ha!" But Gordon was in the repair yard. He was being fitted with a new boiler and felt lonely. He was missing his passengers. The passengers were missing Gordon too. They were having the bounciest, bumpiest ride they had ever had. When Henry got back to Tidmouth Sheds, Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for him. "Henry, I am very disappointed in you. I have had complaints from the passengers. Passengers are not like logs. I chose you because I thought you were gentle, but clearly not." "I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again," said Henry sadly. Being gentle was very difficult. Then Henry saw Gordon. He was looking miserable. "My wish has made Gordon go to the repair yard," gasped Henry. This made Henry feel very bad. The next day, Henry was backing down onto the dining service. He tried his best to be gentle, but he shunted the dining car so hard everything flew into the air. Henry felt terrible. He didn't want to pull passengers anymore. He wanted to wish everything back to normal. But when he arrived at the forest, Henry couldn't remember which tree was the wishing tree. "Oh no," cried Henry. "Which one could it be?" Henry didn't know. He was just about to make a wish when Sir Topham Hatt arrived on board Edward. "What are you doing, Henry?" asked Sir Topham Hatt. You are causing confusion and delay. Henry told him all about the wishing tree. Wishing trees don't run railways, said Sir Topham Hatt. That's my job. Gordon just needed some repairs. He'll be back tomorrow. Henry was delighted. The next day, Gordon came back to work. He looked as good as new. The passengers were very pleased to see him again. Henry was happy to be back doing his normal jobs. At the end of the day, he stopped near the wishing tree. And even though Sir Topham Hatt had told him trees don't run railways, Henry wished he would never have to pull passengers ever again, just in case.